Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes have just got a big win in the four-star athlete Aaron Butler out of Calabasas, California. Listen, we got to talk about it. You go out there, you land a top 100 player, a guy that, hey, some people thought he would end up at Georgia originally, then he would end up at Oregon, but ultimately the relationship with Coach Prime and what Colorado has to offer wins out. So guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments below. And here in a minute, we're also going to talk about potential recruits that the Colorado Buffaloes could be going after. But we have to start with the massive win that is Aaron Butler. So the 6'1.5", 165-pound athlete out of Calabasas, California, and I really hope I'm saying that right, picks Colorado over schools like Alabama, Georgia, Oregon, and actually a school he decommitted from back in, I believe it was January, USC. Now, it is important to note that Aaron Butler already took an official visit to the University of Georgia, and he had official visits already set up for Alabama on June 2nd and Washington on June 23rd. So if you're a Colorado Buffalo fan, it's going to be intriguing to see, do those two official visits potentially still happen? But ultimately, after he decommitted from on January 11th from USC, the writing was on the wall that he was going to go somewhere else. A lot of people thought it was going to be Georgia for a while, then Oregon snuck in. Now, here's the deal. Why is Aaron Butler such a big-time potential recruit for Coach Prime and the staff there at Colorado? Well, you're seeing the common theme about guys that Coach Prime's going after, right? They're dangerous, extremely athletic, two-way players. And that's exactly what he could be in college for Colorado. He could be a cornerback. He could play wide receiver, maybe play a little bit of linebacker. He's got that kind of size. But what you like about it is he's got the skill set to play any skill position, or I'm not going to say any skill position, but any defensive back position in college football. But he's got the skill set to go out there and play the wide receiver position at a high level. And so regardless how you look at it, a guy that would be a top 100 player on either side of the ball, this is a huge win because he's got massive upside. And with a team like Colorado, where you're going to get skill guys at the cornerback position, the safety position, and the wide receiver position, hey, you feel comfortable with this because you can try him out. If he doesn't fit, move him somewhere else. Ultimately, the kid will have a very successful career with Coach Prime, and that is why Aaron Butler potentially picked Coach Prime. But it gives Colorado the number 34 overall recruiting class in the country, right behind their arch nemesis rivals, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, who have 6 commits in this class with a composite score of 102.62, so about 10 points higher than Colorado. Colorado, going into the month of June, only with 5 commits. That's probably about where most programs expect to sit going into the month of June. 5 to 6 commits. If you got anything more than 6, you're doing really good there. But going into June with 5 or 6 commits, where you're going to be heading into official visit season, this is where Coach Prime now and the staff are really going to be able to heat up, because now you've got guys like Aaron Butler and Danny O'Neal and Talon Chandler who are actively out there recruiting to get guys to come play at Colorado. Now, the question is, how does Colorado's class actually hold place and take form towards the end of the recruiting season? Because you've heard all the rumors about Omar White. Will he be in this class by the time it's all said and done? That's going to be something that we have to watch to find out. But there are a lot of recruits out there that Colorado could potentially go out there and land, and guys that you should have your name on. Let's start with the defensive line, because we have always talked about building in the trenches and how this is an area where the Colorado Buffaloes need to improve. And on the defensive line, of course, you've got T.A. Cunningham, who's now at Miami, who a lot of people believe will end up with the Miami Hurricanes since he moved out there from Los Alamos High School in California. But if you're the Colorado Buffaloes and you can try to leverage the relationship that you have with T.A. Cunningham because he's been on your campus and you can win a guy like that, that would be huge for Coach Prime. Additionally, you've got Brendan Davis Swain from West Bloomfield, Michigan, the number 182 ranked player in the country, 6'4", 240-pound defensive lineman, another really big dude. And then you've got Aiden Breland, the 6'5", 290-pound defensive lineman, number 37 overall player, borderline 5-star out of Modern Day in Santa Ana, California. That's going to be a school and a place where the Colorado Buffaloes will have to recruit really well out of. Additionally, on the offensive line, it's the same thing that we just talked about. Now, I would like to see the Colorado Buffaloes try to go out there and flip a guy like Gage Ginther from Fort Collins, Colorado, the inside offensive lineman, because right now he's currently committed to Tennessee. But a guy like that is talented in your state, you need to be able to win. Now, on the offensive line, there is another recruit that, hey, maybe you should be paying a little bit more attention to because he plays in the state of Indiana, and you've got a recruit currently on your team with ties and connections, and that's going to be Styles Prescott out of Fishers, Indiana at Hamilton Southeastern, currently the 280th ranked player, a 6'6", 280-pound offensive tackle. This is a kid that, hey, you know what? If you're in a good position for, he's got 28 offers. Looks like it's you, Notre Dame, Alabama. You should go out there. You're fighting some of the bigger schools. You should go out there and land the kid. Because, again, building in the trenches, we're going to say it, we're going to talk about it, and we're not going to stop talking about it. If Colorado can't do that, all of these skill guys that you get at the cornerback position or the safety position or the wide receiver, it's just not going to matter. But additionally, you're looking at another top 250 player in the country, Kylan Fox out of Loganville, Georgia, the 6'4", 208-pound athlete, the number 212th ranked player in the country with over 58 offers. You heard that right. 58 offers. Sounds like this is going to be a Miami, Florida State, Colorado battle. Hey, you know what? I give Deion Sanders the perfect opportunity to go out there and steal the guy from both of the schools, mainly because he's done it from Florida State before, but we're not going to let Florida State fans have PTSD from there. But as far as the safety position goes, I don't think y'all win KJ Bolden. I know the original hype from back in the early months. I just don't see that one happening. But at the cornerback position, I think this is where you guys hold out hope. Because if you guys can prove, and Coach Prime can prove, that there is development on this team, that players look better, and he is producing NFL talent at the Power 5 level, then maybe a guy like Ellis Robinson, who's currently committed to Georgia, has his spot secured on that team, a top 10 player in the country, could potentially give Coach Prime the look. And again, that would be the third straight number one cornerback in the country to flip to Coach Prime. Additionally, you'll have Charles Lester as well from Sarasota, Florida, the 6'1", 171-pound quarterback, the number 2 overall quarterback in this class, a 5-star. Looks like you guys are in really good position there, along with Florida State, Alabama, and Ohio State. So something that we'll all have to keep our eyes peeled on there as well. But additionally, you've got Caleb Odom, the tight end, and then a running back that I'm actually really high on, and a guy that I think you guys really need to land, and that's going to be Gabe Sawchuk, the 5'10", 182-pound running back out of Littleton, California. Now, you might go, Preston, why in the world do we need to be excited about this guy? Because he's a lower-tier 3-star guy. I want you to look at his brother, Gavin Sawchuk at the University of Oklahoma. Now, I do not think if you land Gabe Sawchuk that takes Gavin away from Oklahoma. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is his brother is extremely talented. If Gabe has half the talent that Gavin does, you're getting a superstar. Well, okay, maybe not a superstar, maybe an all-star. But at the end of the day, you need a guy like that. And again, he's in your state. You got to be able to keep in-state talent in or on your team. So, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, jump down in the comments below. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are on the recent addition of Aaron Butler to the University of Colorado. Who do you guys think your next commitment is